Good morning, folks. Is that level? I don't know. 19% power. We are plugged in. I don't know if it'll work as a cable charge situation. No, bring my GPS back up, please. Search. Fuel stops. Other city. Tremonton, Utah. RJ's. 19 minutes. Cool. All right. He'll beat us there. Awesome. Good morning, folks. It is Monday, I think? Monday, February 13th. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. We're in gear. We're locked, loaded. Let's go. Well, we're not loaded. We are specifically not loaded, actually. I forgot to switch duty status. Load the ELD, load the ELD. The ELDs in these trucks are very slow. Okay, drive, 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 drive. All right. Switch back to GPS. Burning valuable seconds off my drive clock while we do. We're good. All right. All right. I don't see anybody coming. If they are coming, they'll probably be thrilled to get a parking spot at this super packed truck stop. Is that lightning? No. That is a Love's repair truck. Hello, I thought you were lightning. But you're not. In a hurry though. Got in your way and I'm sorry. Alright, well that's gonna make somebody's night getting a nice easy parking spot like that. No traffic from anywhere else, so we're just going to turn right on out here.
0.1 mile ahead,
we're in,
turn left on West Forest Street, Route 1082 West.
I'm going to mute you right now. We're in Brigham City, Utah. We were supposed to meet another driver here. He actually ran out of hours. He's up like 20 minutes north of Tremonton, and he has 30 minutes left on his clock, and we're 15 minutes south of Tremonton. So he was going to get stuck somewhere in between. And he was like, oh, don't worry, I'll PC in. And I'm like, no, let's just meet at this other truck stop. If you don't want to spend your reset there, fine. I get that. Once you've got my empty trailer, you can do whatever you want. Hi, I'm waiting for you. You're in my way. Thank you. I do not have right of way in that situation. The person turning left does. Okay, wow. I thought I had dealt with that squeak, and I did not. Apparently, let's just add a bunch of air. There we go. Air added. All right. I am so sorry. We got a bit of a squeaky seat situation in old Toast here. Young Toast. Toast at 98,000 miles currently. We're going to hit 100,000 here very soon. Watch for ice. Okay. I'm watching for ice. Brakes, 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 brakes. I didn't realize this was so soon. Almost drove right past my turn, which would have probably made you laugh a lot. All right, so we're gonna head up to Tremonton and meet him there. He's probably gonna end up having to spend the night there. He might just off duty down here. I told him there was no parking spots, but you know, once he's got my empty trailer, he can PC wherever he wants for his reset as long as it's within a reasonable distance. He doesn't have to stay where he is. He's loaded right now, so he can't PC to further the load to get to me to take it the rest of the way. Because that would be cheating. But I've got hours, so we're going to go meet him. I'm going to take his loaded trailer, he's going to take my empty trailer, and I'm going to start driving east. We're going to see how far we can get tonight. I don't know. I don't remember what my last video was. I have no idea. It was a while ago. Merge, 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 merge. Thank you all for moving over. You're my best friends. Oh, you're my best friends. That's a Pete. That's a screaming Pete. I could tell it was a Pete because he's got lights on his red oval. Clear right, my friend, if you want it. We're gonna set for 68. Nice, empty, light. Fast, screaming up the highway at 1400 RPM at 68 mile an hour. Gotta love a direct drive transmission. So yeah, if you compare this video to one of Apophis, same engine, slightly newer engine, honestly. The same engine as my truck for Wilson. I don't remember if I did any driving videos for my brief return to Wilson last year. But same engine as that truck. But different transmission. So this transmission runs us at a higher RPM when cruising down the highway. So we've got a little bit more power available, but our fuel economy suffers because of that. Because our engine is just always running a little harder. The flip side of that is that when we're in like California or something, this engine absolutely adores 55 mile an hour. 55, this engine is super happy. This engine is as happy at 55 as Apophis was at 60 or 62 or whatever it was that we had 1100 RPM at. Actually, I think 58 was 1100 on Apophis. 1100 on this truck is like 53, where 1200 on this truck is at 58 miles an hour. So that's where the Apophis was like a full 100 RPM lower at 58 mile an hour, and I think Apophis only got up to like maybe 1300 by 65. This truck just runs at slightly higher RPMs through the whole curve. Makes it very loud. But it's fine, it's fine. We're gonna go in, you're clear to the right if you want it, my friend. We're gonna go trade our trailer away. It's a little windy, you can probably hear that. Apologies if the windshield's not super clean. All I did to clean the windshield was just ran the wiper fluid, the windshield wiper wash, for a cycle before I turned on the camera while we were parked, because this, I don't know what it is about the windshield wipers on this truck, but this particular specific truck, the windshield wipers catch the wind really badly. So if it's windy like this and I try and wipe the windshield, I try and clean the windshield, not only will most of the water get blown off to either side and then crud up my my main mirrors, and crud up my windows and my mirrors, the windshield wipers will start to skip when they're vertical, because the wind will pick them up off the windshield a little bit as they fight to go completely vertical and then back down, which is honestly kind of funny to me because I've never seen that happen before, but extremely annoying when it is both windy and rainy, which is, as you might be aware, a common co-occurrence. So I think we might, I've been tempted to spend some of my own money on getting some windshield wipers that are a little, I think some more holes is what they need, just places for the wind to go through instead of creating lift, I guess. I need less aerodynamic windshield wipers. I don't know. That might not be what's happening, but it would amuse me if that's what the problem was, if these were like special aero wipers or something. And they were just so aerodynamic they actually generate lift on the windshield. It's like basically getting a ground effect off of my windscreen. Oh, it'd be wild. That'd be wild. But yeah, so everything in my truck smells like WD-40 at the moment because I was trying to deal with that squeak before we started recording. And I thought I'd done it, and it turns out I was wrong. But the fact that I got it to go away for a little bit tells me I'm on the right track, so I think I know where the squeak is coming from, under the seat. I just need to put more WD-40 on. The problem is this chair has a dust cover on the bottom, and it's very difficult to remove. It's got one pin has already been removed by somebody else, so I'm guessing someone else has already attempted to lubricate the seat before me and failed. So we do have one port of access where we can get in there and add some WD-40. We'll try that again later, and eventually we will defeat the squeak. Eventually. Oh gosh, yeah. What's all been happening? My channel's been demonetized. I no longer make any money off of YouTube. Congratulations. Any ads you see on this channel from here out are officially supporting only YouTube and not me. which is fine. Well, I think if I can get back into the swing of doing regular videos again, we'll pop back above the monetization level pretty darn quickly. But it's just because I was not making videos for so long, because I was just in such a rut. Such a rut. It was such a hit to my mental health to lose the truck that I bought. To lose it the way I did, the way that I was afraid I was going to lose it all the way from the start. It was just, God, it was so heartbreaking, you know? Like, I bought that truck knowing that there was a chance it was just a ticking time bomb. And it turned out to be a ticking time bomb. I needed to go into that with just so much more money than I had. I even told myself, I'm like, look, I need to go into this with enough money to replace, like, the most expensive part that I can think of that might need replacing short of the entire engine. And, I let the dealership talk me into using that as part of my down payment instead of saving that. And then when I needed to replace an extremely expensive part, I didn't even have any credit left at that point, just from all the other problems I'd been fixing on that truck. I don't know if I ever mentioned it in the video, there was one point where I took that truck in for an inspection, and it had brand new brakes when I got it, on all but 2 of the wheels. And when I took it in for inspection, they had to replace every single brake on the truck again because all of the wheel seals had started leaking since the last time the brakes had been done, which was right before I bought it. And so they redo all the wheel seals. And then they find, oh, we figured out why the wheel seals failed. This entire hub was cross-threaded on the axle. Like, there's this giant nut inside the hub that holds the wheel on, and it was cross-threaded. And I'm just so unbelievably lucky that that wheel did not break under the stress that must have been causing. Like, there was a noticeable uptick in fuel economy on that truck once that had been fixed, because that was, you know, that whole hub was not on perfectly straight. That was causing stress on all of those parts, and I could have easily been involved in a situation where I just like could have hit a pothole and had that entire wheel crack and come off. Under that, like, that nut could have cracked and the whole wheel come off under that stress. And it was in fact cracked, just not all the way through. I was incredibly lucky that they found that, but that burned up all of my maintenance fund that I had for that truck. And then, you know, more problems just kept happening. It needed when I sold it, it still needed new tires. I still hadn't gotten to a point where I could afford. I'd only replaced the one that exploded on me, which I don't even know if I did a video on that. I had a steer tire blowout on that truck. So when I sold it, I had replaced both steer tires by the time I got rid of that truck. So those were the 2 tires I had been able to replace, the 2 expensive ones, to be fair. And I was working on getting the 8 drive tires replaced with 4 Michelin Super Singles, but I just couldn't get the money together. I had an account with Michelin and everything. Like, they were giving me a great discount on the tires. They were going to be like, yeah, we're going to hook you up with the best, most fuel-efficient tire that we make. It's like, cool, I can almost afford 1 rim. Alright, there is our destination. Not directly there, we're almost there. So I-15 is going to split off to the right. We're currently on 1584, which is a combined Interstate 15 and Interstate 84. So 15 is going to split to the right, 84 is going to split to the left, 15 goes north towards Idaho Falls and Butte, Montana, and eventually Helena, Montana. Not as I tend to say it, Helena. I'm getting better at that. Helena, Montana. Due north from here. Not due north, but mostly north. A general northward direction from here. And eventually up to Great Falls. And Interstate 84 goes northwest towards Twin Falls, Boise, and eventually Portland, with a connection via 82 up to Seattle. Well, 82 goes to 90, 90 goes to Seattle. very weirdly drawn lane line there. Like, we're on a curve, but the exit, the dotted line for the exit is perfectly straight. It just comes into this lane. It squeezes this lane super narrow. I'd love to see what an autonomous truck would do with that, but that's not my job anymore. I know this truck likes to complain when we go there. I'm surprised it didn't buzz me there, honestly. This truck has a very sensitive lane departure warning system. So it tends to overreact a little bit. But it's fine. You know, that's one of those things where it's just like, you know, that's every Freightliner I've ever had has had a super sensitive lane departure warning system. And also I tend to ride a little bit to the right anyway. So it's, you know, perfectly valid to be buzzing me a lot of the time. It's just, it is a good rule of thumb to err to the right of your lane when you're riding in the right lane all the time. And there's nothing to your right but a shoulder. You want to give the, like all the other vehicles are going to be passing you on the left, you want to give them a little bit more room, you know? Give them that little bit of extra space, give yourself that little bit of extra space, and, you know, I know so many drivers that have had their mirrors bashed off by people passing them on the highway, to the point where I've heard people joke that trucking, like, you know how you hear that rubbing is racing. I've heard people say the same thing about trucking. It's like, yeah, that's not, no, you shouldn't be rubbing your truck on another truck on the highway. That's not good. It's definitely not a thing that should ever happen. No two semis should ever touch on an interstate. We've only had one incident of that in my entire career. I had a box truck in Atlanta. I was sitting at a red light, and this box truck decided he was going to squeeze past me on the right to make a right turn, and he clipped my mirror on that side. But it just bent out of the way, so we were fine. His mirror got completely smashed, but mine just folded away, and and nothing of value was lost on my part. And he ran, so yeah, he didn't stick around to find out that there was no damage. He just took off. But no big deal on that one. Didn't actually damage the truck. It is the only contact we have had with another motor vehicle on the road involving my mirrors. I got clipped. My bumper got clipped once by a container truck when I was at Wilson. He cut me off and clogged my rear guard. That just left a scratch. And then, other than that, no, it's all been road debris. All right, here is our exit. This, our friend is probably already in there. We're looking for a red Volvo, Decker Volvo, at the Sinclair truck stop. Jake's. Whoa. There he is, he's just pulling in. Oh, that's a CR England, that's not him. Oh no, I see him, okay. He's already unhooked from his trailer. He got here quite a bit before us, I think. I had to rehook to my trailer before we could come up here, so that's... He was already on the road when we decided to make this happen. That, you know what that tells me, though? The fact that he only made it here? Because I know how much time he had when he called me the first time, and I know exactly where he was. It tells me this load's heavy. Because the only reason he'd have not had enough hours is if he was going real slow up all those hills between here and Boise. Alright. I'd like to turn here. Hello, Sinclair. Mr. Dinosaur. Hiding behind the electrical box. Good spot for you, I guess. Oh, CR England is trying to park in an awkward spot. Alright, let's... What is he doing? You are not trying to 90 into an angled spot. Why would you do that? You absolutely are trying to 90 into an angled spot. There's two Decker trucks. There's a Freightliner that's not me, and the Volvo. What we're going to do is we're going to go around and park right next to this oversize here. Just do a simple pull through. I get the nice easy pull through. We'll grab his trailer, take off with it. He can back it into that spot if he wants to. I do not need to. I try not to take the pull throughs here if I don't need to, just because this is a state with legal LCVs. Woo! A little bit of a pothole there. So I do try to leave the pull throughs for the longer trucks than mine. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. All right. Do. On duty. All right, I'll see you guys after the trailer swap is done. Cat scale. Which end of the cat scale is that? That's the enter end. Excellent. And hopefully the exit end is not blocked by trucks. Because there is an LCV parked next to it. There's a couple of LCVs parked next to it. We ought to be able to swing around them. It's a Turnpike double hopper trailer, and then it's like a Rocky Mountain double grain hopper. No, Turnpike double grain hopper, I think. Yeah, that's double 40s, I think. All right. Actually, I think those are like double 35s. I don't know. They're longer than 28s. That's for sure. Yeah, that back one's only got a single axle dolly, so it can't be too heavy. Alright. Let's make sure we're on the scale right. Good. Alright. Off the brakes, let it settle. Perfect. Okay. Chat. Weigh my truck. Thank you. We're good. We're good. All right. That is 12,340 pounds on our steer axle. We have a 13,300 pound steer axle, so we're legal there. We got 33,020 pounds on our drive axles, so we're legal there. I've twisted my seatbelt, so that's problematic. Our trailer axle is 33,080 pounds, so only 60 pounds difference between our drives and our trailer axle. Grand total, 78,440 pounds. We are completely legal. Forward. Away with me. And I don't even need a copy of the weigh ticket, because it's automatically paid for by Decker through the mobile app. That's why I try to use the mobile app when we're at these cat scales, because then I don't have to do anything. It just gets automatically paid. They've got a decent amount of parking here still. Surprising. Oh, and an Arby's. Lovely. I've never actually been here before. This is a new one for me. We're just going to go backwards through the fuel island here, I think. Is this backwards? Might be forwards. There's no def pump, so I don't think it matters. It's backwards. Okay, yeah, definitely backwards through the fuel island there. That's fine. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been here. But yeah, so Decker pays for the scale tickets automatically if you pay for it through, if you run it through the app using your fleet, your fuel card, which is super nice. Don't have to deal with getting the paper. All I have to do is check and see if I'm legal or not. If I'm legal, I can literally just leave, which is what we are doing right now. The truck stop will throw away the paper copy at some point. Like, we're not only legal, we're not even close to being illegal. We've got more than 1,000 pounds of wiggle room on every single axle for the axle weights, and we got 1,000 pounds wiggle room on the gross. Hi, please don't take that super wide. All right, cool. Thank you, buddy. He had me worried for a second there because he didn't look like he was slowing down at all. All right. You're missing a headlight, my friend. You do have fog lamps, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. We're going to go south on Interstate 15, east on Interstate 84, east on Interstate 80. All right, took that a little wide, but I guess it's fine. Made the turn no problem. It does look like a kind of tight on-ramp, honestly. You can probably do that without going wide. But with a spread axle, I can see why you'd want to go wide anyway, just to limit the damage to your tires. With a spread axle, wider turns means less scrub. Your tires take less damage from just being scraped along the ground. On a tandem axle trailer, you still do get some tire scrub, and even on a tandem axle tractor, just like bobtailing around, you can cause tire scrub damage if you're taking tight turns, or if you have your differential locked. But with a tandem trailer, it takes a much tighter turn to damage your tires than it does on a spread axle flatbed or box trailer like that. All right, hitting the road, south on 1584, east on 84, east on 80, all the way to Omaha. We've got steaks, and we're taking them to Omaha. You can probably guess what company we're delivering them to. At least, I don't think it's steaks. I think it's just, I mean, my manifest is just beef. I think they make them into steaks. And then they show up magically at people's houses for Father's Day. I'm just going to take us through. We're going to go through this interchange in Manual Road. No cruise control. As long as we don't have anybody visible in front of us, I'm going to keep the high beams on. Just because if there is an elk on the bridge, we will have to stop it. Like, that is... I need to be able to see it well before it's a problem. Because on the bridge, the elk's got nowhere to go. And I've encountered that issue with deer before, where they're just chilling on an overpass and they panic and there's nothing they can do. Nobody behind us. I don't see any animals. Certainly none in the medians here. That's good. That's very good. You can see a lot of tracks, though. Oh my gosh. There are so many elk tracks in the snow. Okay. Start accelerating again. Signal left. Check left. No one left. Alright. Merge. High beams back on. There's a dead elk right there. High beams off for the oncoming car. Control back. Oh, sorry. Engine brakes are on. Let's get the cruise control. There we go. Engine brakes off. Cruise control on. The truck is like, oh, I thought you were trying to slow down. No, no. Set us for 58. High beams back on as we get away from the street lamps. very nervous going through here with the potential for elk. I saw a video of the herd crossing the interstate a few days ago when it was a little more all together, and it was down at the mouth of Parlay's Canyon. They've been moving up this way for a couple of weeks now, and that's a lot of animals. There's one on the right. There's one. Ah! Look at him, he's huge. Oh, there's a bunch more. Ooh. Oh my gosh, they're massive. That was a ton of them. Did y'all see that? Okay, now this video is definitely going up. Oh man, they really are huge. That was so many. All right, we're doing about 50 at the moment. This guy flying past us doing 75. And hazard lights on because we're now down to 45 crawling up this hill. Somebody's chain's there in the, there's another dead elk, so we're still not out of the woods yet. I mean, there's no trees, so it's not really woods, it's just a canyon. This is the, if you are familiar with, so this canyon's called Echo Canyon, but a lot of nerdy video game people. Oh, there's a little one in the bush. Ah, you see his butt. If you are a nerdy simulator video game person, you'll know this as the Wasatch Grade, which is a nice steep grade for the Union Pacific line way off to our left. Was a DLC for one of the train simulator games somewhat recently, within the last couple of years. That little white butt poking out of the bushes amused me. So yeah, that's where we are. We're climbing the Wasatch Grade, but you know, on the interstate. Echo Canyon, Echo Reservoir is down at the bottom of the canyon. Nice big source of drinking water for the area. Okay, there's brake lights ahead of me. Going uphill, I assume that means they see animals. I don't currently see any. We're going to do 55 up this hill now. I see no reason to go any faster than that, considering just how many elk we've seen in the last couple miles. Oh man, I was like, oh, maybe we'll see one or two. No, I wasn't expecting like 20. The herd is really stuck together. That's impressive that there are so many of them. But like, I see why the DOT has been so worried about that. They really are just hanging out right next to the road. What a situation. And the fact that I heard about that days ago and they're still here. Oh, so bizarre. Like, I don't, how do you deal with that? Like, they're at the bottom of a canyon. There's nowhere to go. I can't, I am so glad that is not my problem to try and solve. Nope, that's just a fence. I thought that was another one. I'm so glad it's not a problem I have to deal with. All we have to do is not hit any of them. Which, so far, so good. Oh, he's braking again. Do you see something? I don't see any. He's well over 500 feet ahead of us, so we're good to use. Legally, we're good to use our high beams here. I feel so bad for the ones that have been, like, I'm surprised there was only the one sign, and I think that was before I started the recording. There was just like one sign, like, hey, there's wildlife on the road nearby. 60 mile an hour, please. There was one sign back there, and nothing since. And we have seen so many elk. I feel like there should be more signs warning people, like, yeah, massive herd of elk hanging out in the canyon, go slower. There was one just on the right side of the fence. There's a couple of them. They're a little hard to see because they're in the shadow of the guardrail, but they're in there. There's 3. There's 2 more right there. they're so well hidden. Look right through here. With my high beams off, I can't tell if there's any near the road right here because of that little gully to the right. It's just such a deep shadow. That's a cross. That was not antlers. That was a cross where someone got in an accident. A roadside memorial marker. See, I'm so focused on the right side of the road, I got to remember to keep checking the median as well, because if there's any trying to cross, they'll sneak up on me. Fair, now those are a couple of babies. Ah, poor things. That one just looked up right as we were going by. I hope that got that on camera. Hazard lights. Going slow. Because I tapped the brakes there and now we're going uphill. So I just dropped down to 45 from that. The last thing I want to do is hit one going through here. They're just, the little ones are adorable. Like, unabashedly adorable. And the big ones are terrifying. So I don't want to hit any of them. I think that's a pretty reasonable desire, you know? I like my truck nice and intact. I did warn that other driver about this. I'm like, hey, if you end up going this way, just watch out, because I heard there was this huge herd of elk here. I'm so glad I said something now, because it turns out there is. There's so many of them. Oh, this has made my night. Like, I'm delighted to have seen this many. Like, to have started the video and actually gotten, like, footage of elk right next to the road. That's so neat. Terrifying, but neat. I think that's probably going to do it for me tonight. I've just been rambling about elk for the last, like, 30 minutes. But we're almost into Wyoming. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night, as the case may be. And if you happen to be driving out this way, we are again Interstate 80, Echo Canyon, Wasatch Grade, between the 80-84 interchange and the city of Evanston, Wyoming. Lots of elk if you happen to be out this way, so be careful. And today is again February 13th. In an hour, it will be February 14th, 2023. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, night, whatever. Bye!